Mm. Samonani, this is Gaddafi Manafi, the entertainment freedom fighter, and welcome to our Attention Show, the voice of the entertainment industry, where we always promise to deliver you relevant information pertaining to the industry. What a blessing, you must do the intro next time. Entertainment, are you listening? Education, and of course, what is Gaddafi Manafi without a pinch of controversy? So I know you must do your own intro.
No, relax.
Hi,
I'll put something
blessing.
together. Yeah. Hello, G Sharp.
Kishap, how are you?
No, man, I'm okay. I'm okay. Great. And Garawe now,
I'm good. Where are you broadcasting from? I see currently a different setup there.
I'm actually in a taxi. It's parked outside. So I I tried running away, man. Mobaning, I have two small boys. Oh, they're giving me hell, you know. And the funny thing,
Yes.
Kore, uh, the mother sometimes, like today, can put it okay at around about 4 or 5. I'm gonna be busy, please. But and then she was like, okay, fine. But
Yeah.
come time of the recording,
Yeah.
Ban Salamara, I go into the room. The bigger one knows how to open the room. Wabula. So it's kitlaka.
Yeah.
So eventually I had to come in. Kitlaka.
Obe Mr. Zola, but Nkeli lift.
Well, understand? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a nice environment. Become more impassivity because apparently sexy guys they're more brave. So I think I'll pour my heart out. If I'm here. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay, let's start. Let's get on with it. Aratomeka got the event, the poster that I sent you, Mnqobi. Mnqobi Khumalo, who is charging 1K for entrance. What's your take on that, quickly?
Well, first and foremost,
Frozen. First, okay, you had Frozen. So, first and foremost, start there.
all right. Sorry for that, man. We'll improve. Don't worry. Good.
Yes.
I want to believe Hore Kamaka. One because I don't believe Hore. Where is the sense in a gospel artist charging 1,000 rand for people to come see them scream and shout? But
Yeah.
with Mnqobi, I want to believe Hore because like I said earlier, pre us going live, Hore, the guy I saw in one of his posts, he's driving a Merc. Probably that installment goes around 6K plus, 6, 7, 9.
Yes.
So maybe
Yes.
it's morale, he's in areas, the bank is calling him up and down. Then now he's under too much pressure um,
Uh,
to get money. But there is no logical sense except that of him trying to make the same amount that maybe he has made in the past pre-COVID times with a venue filled with about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people attending. Now he wants to make the same amount, yet with a smaller attendance, maybe like let's say 50 or 100 people. But there is no
yeah.
logic in that. I mean, because I don't know. Maybe I don't know him personally that much, but I don't feel he brings enough to the table for me as a guest to can fork out 1,000 rand. No man, no man. Maybe if it was Beyonce, I would understand. Oh, okay, he's got Grammys, in the background. But, I could say, but I don't know. Not feel it's a lie or it's some form of joke. I don't know. I could
PR,
see where now.
PR stunt. Maybe it's a PR
Yeah,
stunt, you know?
Maybe it's a PR stunt. Did you see it on any of his official, you know, pages? Check on Facebook, Twitter if he has, and whatnot.
I didn't. However, I saw a video on one of my this lady that I've got on my WhatsApp. Refense.
Hmm.
Let me see. Refense. Refense Manabile. She's the one who actually had that video on his status. And when Mnqobi is laughing about it, so I don't. That's why I'm saying, I don't even know what to think, because he was laughing about it, about that whole thing. Yeah,
Your ticket, your thousand.
producing meeting. Yeah, he. So he's laughing about it. So I'm not sure whether it's true or not. Anyway, let's move on to albums 2021 albums, and more especially focusing on the gospel albums, the ones that stood out for you.
All right. I think the first one, from good to bad. How do I categorize it?
Hello network, hello network, hello network. Yes, the ones that you liked, the ones that stood out for you.
Okay. First and foremost, I think Kiratile Iakoli. I don't know if it's a 2021 or 2020 album. The one that
Apparently,
has, well, yeah,
Jesus is enough. You mean Jesus is enough, ne?
yes.
So the single was released in the two singles, I think. They were released in 2020, end of 2020, and then the album was released last year. Yes, that's what they said.
All right. So
Yeah.
if it's an album that was released last year, I think maybe that album is one of the ones that are standing out for now.
Mm.
Kayam Tet was the song as well. I don't know if it qualifies to, you know, in this category.
Mm.
And then the other album that let me say that I listened to, that I felt okay, it's fine. Ki Ngabakazi.
Mm.
Um, I don't know if that chick Kinele released her album 2021 or early this year, but I liked that album as well.
Which
And
one is
then
that?
uh,
Which one is that?
Kinele Shope, that girl, I think she's famous for Ntase Mang on Gospel Goes Classical, because I think that is where I know her from.
Ah, okay.
Yes, she had a recording done go Nelspruit Sidwala Caves. I think
Yeah.
yeah. So that is one of the albums that I liked. And then yeah, there are bad albums, and by bad I mean albums like your Zaza. I think Zaza stood out for me as well as one of the albums to look out for in a negative way. The Shrubs,
Ah,
the Shrubs of
yeah.
Chronicles. I think what makes it bad is the title itself, even before listening to the song. And then
Mm.
there's Puleng March. Puleng March tried that vibe, yabo, Maria J something, Ola Wako States,
Yeah.
you know, Otuang
Mm.
Underground, gas stage, flowing in the air. That album stood out for nice. I don't know what was happening go that album, but
Uh,
definitely it stood out. So those are the top albums that I paid attention to more
yeah.
than any other. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start going Somi, the album. Which songs stood out for you? Um uh, okay, let's start Kadi singing. Maybe because let's not get too much into album, because let's focus on what she introduced herself, like the two songs she introduced herself by. So, ukufezwa kwamadinga and Ncwele, what do you think of those singles?
I don't understand. Yeah, Matomo. I can understand it because I think I've heard it somewhere called Koliwe, if not mistaken. And then the
Koleka.
colleague, ne? Colleague, sorry for
Yes.
that. Yeah, Mama Zala Ola. Kikwile ho
Mm,
yena. Yeah,
mm,
what I think about the song, I like this. I can rata the second one. Really. You know, I
yeah.
think that's a song whereby I can really say, all right, I felt her try to move. But I am so much disappointed, Moye, and especially with the level of experience she's had, and working
Mm,
with the people that she's worked with. I feel like she really went below her means. You know, I don't know
mm,
whether it was peer pressure or what, because releasing an album is not like giving birth. You know, there's no menopause in
yeah.
releasing an album. You can release an album um, 20 years after, but making sure that it's a proper album. But the song Nwele,
Yeah.
I like it. The other song, however, I failed to get the message. I think maybe it's the language in Shapang. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
she tried. She tried.
Okay, mina firstly, I didn't know what ukufezwa is actually Xilongo until one day I was taking a shit and I had my phone
Mm,
and the song was playing, right? And I was like, no
mm,
man, this song, I know this song, I've heard this song, but it's not ke pina ya Ncebakazi because it's like that was in December and ne se kgale e tswile at that time. So I'm like, but this song is it's new and somebody has already stolen it. And then when I shazammed the song,
yeah.
I saw Koleka.
All right.
But then even the names of the songs were different because ya Ncebakazi ke ukufezwa kwamadinga and then ya
Mm,
Miguel yakholeka ke phakamisa icinga zethu. So it's like the same song but different titles. So that's why I realized, well, no man, this song is a Ngilongo. And for
keep it
me
on.
personally, yes, personally, I don't really support that motion. Yeah, the artist releasing the singles or introducing themselves. Kadifila, you know, you must introduce yourself with a new song that was written by you. You know, and as well when it comes to Ncwele, Ncwele was a two-word song and actually it's just a for 8 minutes. So there was just like for me there was no creativity. There was no, you know, it's just Nwele and then Ukufezwa is a cover song. It's a public domain song. So honestly, I had no interest in listening to the rest of the album because of those two songs. I was not inspired to listen to the entire song. I can actually not tell you the third song in that album. I only know Ncwele le Ukufezwa kwamadinga. So
But,
I was
but, but,
like,
but I mean,
sharp.
well, that thing, you know, it all depends with the artist and what they want to be known for. I mean, like we have artists, Bole Buskobela, who are really, you know, appealing to the market that she is appealing to. Kadifila, Chicharanati.
Adifila.
And then
Eh.
I find myself listening more to songs that I grew up hearing King, or songs that at least I have knowledge of, than listening to guys like both Dr. Dumi who are writing their own songs. It's difficult in Christianity, in my view, to write a new song, even though the Bible says sing a new song unto the Lord. But it's very difficult. That when it's difficult to introduce a new song. I don't know how the writers of Longo did it, or what inspiration were they under. God,
Mm.
the songs that they wrote, they seem to be eternal. But Chichara Chichana Bial, I mean, let's look at a song, for example, quickly, like You Are Here by Dr. Dumi. Hey, Zena, we really liked it, and a lot of people buy opeds. I mean, ke ile ka kwa le Zion ba opela ko sheo ka re how Zion go na le dilo tse. That is how much the song had an impact more than Abatum. But a year later, 2 years later, trust you me, that song, not many people still sing the song. But if we look at
Mm.
songs like somewhere like King Tato ya How. You know, Tato ya How, Lebus Khobela has it. I think a couple of other guys have done it. That song still kicks till today. So maybe to her credit, Nabakazi, by Nanya hore at least the Assemblies of God audience, because she's from there. I mean, her husband is a pastor there. Maybe,
Yes,
maybe.
I understand, and I understand. I understand that part. My
Hmm.
point is that already there is someone who's done it, and not long ago. Your colleague is still as fresh because you go to the Shazam and YouTube channel, her YouTube channel. It's only 400K views. So it was posted 10 months ago. So it's barely new. So what I'm saying, Koko, you can do that, but don't do, because right now it's ukufezo, like already there's two brand new, and there's gonna be another one. Like, so are we saying that we are promoting the artist doing that? Because really, amacilong. So for now, I'm saying gore di fila le macilong re kgopela di opela ko kerekeng. I kry already still gona le macilong. We have that book. So le bona, they need to write their own macilongos. They need to have a way to market their music. We cannot promote laziness because we are saying what we don't like. It's hard to introduce music. That's the name of the game, you know. It's like companies. Coca-Cola, when it started its own company, Libo Pepsi, they didn't say what we just gonna be complacent. It's a competition, and that is why
Hmm.
people need to be creative. Otherwise, you're all the same, and there's nothing that's gonna make you unique. So I hear the
But
point that
okay.
what you're saying. You're saying what it's how she wants to be known, but I don't promote the fact that the musician should come to the public domain songs and should be celebrated in that manner. For me, it's a no-no. When you can accept it, it's not. I'm against what you love actually.
All right. Let's argue in this way. Kanti, what is
Yeah.
the whole point of releasing an album? First and foremost, it's about making money again.
Oh, now you're saying
Before,
that.
yeah, correct. What I'm trying to say, correct, before we look at whether the song is in the public domain, what you look at the people that are going to be buying your album, your clients, I mean, your customers. What do they want? People like Nabakazi, Kibaruti, they go from church to church preaching, so they know when they're there, when they're singing, what are the songs that the people they kind of relate to and sing to. Well, understand? And then they take those songs, compile it into a 12-track album, and then they put them together. More, they are now sure, well, okay, definitely we're gonna sell more. So, in as much as we want to put in a new song, I think the best approach to it, Bona, how they do it is that they go to a church, maybe they introduce a new song, um, rotate the song around Morikere again so that people at least by the time if go album they can relate to it. But trust you me, no one in the gospel industry or in the gospel scene will ever buy an album that is fresh with new songs that they've never heard. It's only a few. Lo hana hebareka, it will be out of loyalty for the person who's released the song. So the aim is always to get back to buy your album. So people will always buy in gospel. They'll always buy a song that they've maybe repented. Heba amogela Jesu, ne ba opela pina eo. If ke yona eo ya ntho ya Ncwele, for example, and they hear it in an album, they'll definitely rush to buy that album. Whatever. So,
Okay, so let me take you back to what you said. Charging his ticket 1K.
mm,
Urileng, aware, kganti bona, are they not here to minister to us and not to make money? But right now you're turning around and you're saying what gospel musicians are doing this because first it's business first. And bona, kaba dia di interview ba bujisha, but no, I'm here to minister. Because of what I'm here to do business. They will not be upfront like that. But I'm here to minister to the children of the Lord. Now, my question still stands. What if Kollega has recorded the same song? Why not choose another song? I'm not saying all the songs in the album should be brand new. What I'm against is you introducing yourself. Got a cover
Mm.
song that has been done 10 months ago. So what are you saying to us? Do you understand the reason why I'm not listening to Nxumalo's album right now? It's because she sang a song that was sung by Kollega 10 months ago, and she comes with a simple song that repeats for the past 8 minutes. So that killed my desire to even want to listen to more of her music. So as a customer, now you must consider the fact that there's people like us. But you know what?
Mm.
When I go and buy new music from a new artist, I'm expecting
Mm.
something new. I'm not expecting to hear what Lebo Sokobela has sung, what Manilongo has sung, or what we've sung 10 years ago when I got born again in 1940. That's not what I'm looking at. That's not what I'm interested in. So, and this, what you're saying, actually promotes the same thing that I've been fighting for years. Worry, you cannot introduce yourself that public domain. You can, because right now, a lot of gospel musicians, they're not even gospel musicians, they're not even writing anything. All they do is to recycle public domain songs, and you are promoting the same mediocrity that I've been fighting against. So when you can be reasoning to make sense on their behalf, but it does not but it does not it's not appealing. You are killing them slowly, unfortunately.
What I just wanna link, ne? Writing a song is more like writing a script for a movie. You know, it's
Oh,
not
really?
everyone. Yeah, well, it's that's what I want to believe it's like. It's not everyone who's able, to sit down and come up with a song that has a message and that is relevant. For example,
Okay.
let's take a song. King, there's a song Ratang ya, God is able to do just what he said. You know, if do
Yeah.
you think the person who wrote that song, ne, do you think that that person wrote it out of their experience with God, or out of, you know them having been in the industry and having seen hore Modimo o kgona ho dirang mo bophelong ba bone? Because sometimes writing a song, it's more about personal experience of what God has done for wena. So if you are an upcoming guy, maybe your testimony is not enough to can fit into a whole song. What do you do then? Then you
then
take a song that
then
is there, that speaks to your heart, that still speaks to your situation.
uh-uh uh-uh you don't. You wait until you can write a song. You wait until you can write a full song. You cannot just because now I know joko ya gago or moha wa modimo speaks to me. Now I must go and say I'm a gospel artist and go out there and release a single ka moha wa modimo. What you should do, if you think that you've got the voice, but you want like new music, fresh music, then there's songwriters, for heaven's sake. There's people who can write but cannot sing, and that is why we have ghost writers in the industry. Whether across all genres, there's ghost writers. So that's where they come in, and you take their songs and you sing those songs. But because otherwise, come got the gospel musician. Kare a ke re na
Yeah,
le se fela le macelong.
understand now. Okay, I understand. Like, for example, in a live production, what I know, there are people that are playing different parts in a live production, um, up until the artist himself. Honali, a writer, and the artist, just to name maybe two of a few. So sometimes it will go to that contract, the agreement. Or, okay, fine, you're gonna write a song for me. Should the song be a hit, you're gonna take this much. I understand. It goes back to that
Yeah.
fact, Jahare. at the end of the day, these guys are trying to make money. So how you make money, the less people you involve, the more money you make. You understand? If you're going to be given a tender and you are able to do the tender or 80% of the tender by yourself, why not do it? And then give the 20% to those that is a must, which is the band. But you can just simply um, go and look for a very old song, make it relevant, make it new, get an MD who will bring new arrangements and run with it. Now, writing a new song, it's okay, fine. You can get somebody to write, but how will you sell? Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's about selling. You understand?
Blessing, if you go into business, you must be willing to spend on PR, marketing, do the work. You cannot say,
These guys don't have money.
then they shouldn't come into the industry until they have money.
Nah,
When you are speaking like a musician. When you are speaking like that because you are one of them, and I'm saying
we are struggling. We are a struggling genre, especially in SA. We are a struggling genre, and by we I mean the gospel industry. We are a struggling genre. 90% of the guys that are in it, they sleep kabaroto, so having been afforded an opportunity to do a live recording, you want to make sure that at least you benefit out of it. You understand? You're not willing to take a risk. Pella, that would be like taking a risk. Look at a guy like Colin Maluleka. Let's be honest. The guy has almost 90% new songs, but his music. Nag hopefully nix except King. There's a song that I remember. The reason I remember the song is because it's a song that is, that has been sung before. But all his new music is irrelevant. So writing songs in the industry, yes, it's a must. I agree that at some point you as an artist have to, be able to write songs for yourself. But when you come into the market, number one, try to see who unyakaboma. He'll target but assemblies. Then you're right. There you have my full support.
I hear you. Otherwise, you're gonna go around in circles. I've already stated my point that fuck public domain songs. So for people who actually do public domain songs, I'm not the target market, and there is no way I'm gonna say viva to that. And I'm still going to speak out when.
Lastly,
Yes.
before Rikwala, how should she have known that there is another artist who sang the same song 10 months ago? How would she have known? Are you then saying, Hore, artists must then listen to each other?
Yes, they should. They should.
Okay.
Blessing. Listen here. When I become a critic in the entertainment industry, first of all, I have to listen to everybody's music. I cannot come and sit here and not and speak about something that I have never listened to. So if you're going to be whatever market, whatever business you go into, you must do your research. You must investigate okay, who's doing what? How can I do things differently to stand out? Because the point is to stand out, not to fit in and be like everybody. Because otherwise, how are you gonna sell if you're gonna be like everybody else? Because all I know, for now, quality copycat colleague. Do you understand? Because they are both Xhosa and they all like so according to me, she hasn't written a song yet. Nxumalo it's not a full song. It's just Nxumalo, we've had Nxumalo for all our lives. We know what Nxumalo is. Do you know what I mean? So until she writes a song like what the song that she wrote here, Baraking, Ella, I mean, Uncle Joyous, with the work of the blood. Or until I'm gonna be like that as a soloist, because one on Uncle Joyous as a soloist. We've never heard it anywhere. I mean, that song is still a hit. Work of the blood, and then she comes as a solo artist. I can introduce like a Sfela. Oh, Kiaran.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like I understand. I think maybe one day they should invite you, Bangwalele, at least a song, and then we go. Is it doable, or is it easier said than that? But at the end of the day, G, nako botsa nnete ya taba gore, especially in South Africa wise, re bolaile ke Xilongo, if we want to have these guys sing new songs, I think let's destroy the book on its own. Everybody now are lazy. In the
Aye,
States, I'm
book
not long. Hence, honor release, new songs every now and then.
no, the point is that we should speak about against it until they stop themselves. They should stop, because we must vouch against it, not for it. Let's move on to the next song. Whilst we're talking
All right,
about that,
all right.
Kaya Mteta wrote a song, and Ngambulele,
Hmm.
something like that.
Hmm.
You said you liked the song. What is it that you liked about the song?
All right. Initially, what I said I liked about the song was the sound he brings to the song. I mean, Kayam Tetwanje on his own, I think he's one of my favorite guys. Coco spelling. Ne? Then oh, what I like is the arrangement. I like the way it's done, how it's arranged, the backing vocals, the dynamics of the song. And then
Mm.
I think we touched on issues of barking, the message of the song. And I said to you, okay, fine. Um, with the message, I think it's relative. It depends on who's listening to it from what perspective. God, you might be listening to the song in need of God, and the song says, "Reveal yourself," and it'll be relevant. Or you might be like yourself. I could see it, but I like the song, man. I like the song. The guy, I wouldn't say he outdid himself, but I feel like okay, he tried. He tried.
Okay, my 2 seconds view of this song is a complaining song. He's a pastor supposed to be preaching positive message of hope, but he's the one complaining to the public, saying it's like you gave an example. Yeah, Moses going to God and praying, and we are reading that about it in the Bible. It's a
Mm.
record. Yeah, where Moses was crying unto God, or David, or Joshua. But the thing is, they were not crying to the crowd, but they will cry to God, and they will come back with a positive message from God and say, God said we should not cry because He's our hope. Kaya yena, o tla mo go rena, o llela mo go rena. Mo e leng goreng searcher e be
Barela.
yena.
No man, no
Supposed to
man.
be the, hey, a ka tla ke
I-
fetša. Mo e leng gore searcher e be yena a re encourageang gore
Mm,
no man guys, this is what I was going through, and I went through
mm,
1 2 3 years. I divorced, and then I became an alcoholic, and then I went into drugs, and then I wanna got to mara modimo when I was still where I least expected, but he came eventually, and took me out of that, and now we are. So if I did it, you can also do it. Do you understand? That's a message of hope. E seng gore a tle mo go rena, a tlolelela mo go rena. Rena re ka re lebeletse mo wena gore he's a disciple of God, and God is using this man to preach message of hope to us. Yena a tla llela mo go rena, re mo nyantshe dame rena.
All right. Quickly, let's look at a song like Likuntung Limurena. Eric, I tell him all that is bothering me. It's Alefasing. Is that not a complaining
Yes.
song? It's a
No,
complaining song.
no,
It's a
it's
complete.
not.
The singer, watch or no, I'm in a secret place with God where I'm telling him what is bothering me. So Lena, Kayam Tetwa, he's somehow, he's asking God. But let what's our not king, if you are being very subjective in the sense that um you expect artists or to be somehow different from Rena. They go through trialing times, and then
I
he cannot
understand.
only he cannot not only sing about the outcome. What if there's no outcome at this current time? Then that song, it's like a prayer. He has recorded a prayer that he prays in his room. He has recorded it and he sings about it. So every time he sings the song or every time the song plays, it will be like he is praying. Komudimu. Eventually, God will hear the cry. With regards to, in the Bible about Moses, that one we cannot really say without a doubt as to whether they never complained Mobatu or not. But we have, like I told you, we have like scenes in the Bible, Job, where they were really, in trying times. What do you think Job would have said had he been an artist? He would have probably come up with a song, Allah, okay, fine, but he trusts in God. Like a song like Mobid, I don't know, Lerato Lava Tulia Fela, Maralamudima Lefel. It's complaining. It's a form of complaining. What complain? Why don't Arbotore Marato Abata Felu? You understand?
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, but I'm not. My point is that just because those people are doing that doesn't mean what we should now say it's okay. And because they're doing it, Kai can do it too. Nakere, I give a support. I don't even say. Listen, when I listen to music, I listen to the context, and for me, it's like if you listen to the song, if I'm down and out, like emotionally, spiritually, I'm drained, and I'm gonna be listening to Ngambulele. It's encouraging me to stay low. It's encouraging me to continue to cry. Yes, it is. Sekuphelele isikhathi, I am bitching. I am not praying. I'm bitching to God to say, I've been praying, saying the same thing. That's bitching. So a song must be a song of hope to say, I've been here, and but you are coming through for me. I know you'll come through for me. I know you love me. I know. Those are positive words. They are bringing me up. Working man. I know you're gonna do 1, 2, 3 for me. Man,
No, man.
Papa, you're mourning. You are here. You are here.
Let's assume all of us were singing about the good things that God has done, and then no one sings about them having, or them going through a difficult time. Do you think that will be received the same way? When I hear Basalwani ba vaila sharp, na at that time dilo tsa ka di stakile. Eventually ke tlana na re no man. Tra re nna ga botse nna dilo tsa ka modimo a nrate. Why batho ba ka moka di ba vaila sharp? So he ke kwa motho o mongwe a lla, I'm relating to them,
You become encouraged.
Yeah, I'm being encouraged. Oh, okay. Kanti, it's not only me whom God chose not to listen to today or this month or this year. There's actually another guy. So reformer, a group, a stock failing and a sabat lang together, and eventually God hears. But understand. So from that point of view, then I feel like now he's looking at it. Or okay, fine. Half of the church is praising God because He has done good, but they are honali group they're crying. Let me just at least be with them so that they feel no I understand. So, but I understand your point of view as well, Hore. We need to, as Christians and as gospel artists, it's their duty to speak of the goodness of God, not the said car when they speak or when they sing about Bunzima. It's as if like they're glorifying the devil. I also understand that point of view. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
So let's move. Also on that, Dr. Doom, the fourth man. We television.
To be honest with you, I've not listened to Dr. Tumi in a while. I've only picked on a few songs of Dr. Tumi in my years of knowing him. Now he's not a good singer, but he's a good writer. So
yes,
there are songs that he's written them very well to a point where even when he cannot sing them or articulate them well, I could still listen to that. But the fourth man, I didn't listen to it, but I've only heard Batu complain. So I don't know. Can you just give me context as to what's happening?
What was the thing? their complaint about the song.
No, that's why for me to at least to juggle my brain. Can you go? Just give me context quickly. Or what is the song about and what's saying? Well, I understand because I had
Oh,
never
okay.
listened to the track.
So the song, remember he released the song after Money Heist.
Oh, the Lotto drama. Okay.
Yes, yes. So he released a song after Money Heist, where, in the midst of all the trouble, nani, but his God was the fourth man. I think Christ was the fourth man. So basically, Lord, I've been going through shit, and you've been there, and you showed yourself. So basically, it's all around that. And the problem that I have with this song is that when it seemed more like it was a PR stunt to him releasing something, because after that whole thing of him being not found, because he didn't even go to court, the case being
Was dismissed.
dismissed.
Mm.
Yes. Now it seemed like he was this was a public stunt, because he likes doing public stunts, for PR purposes, because after that he will, like, do something, release a song or whatever. So even with the fourth man, it was like, this guy, first of all, we don't know what happened, and now all of a sudden the case is being dismissed, and now he's releasing the fourth man. It's more like now we just have to go with the move. And because I questioned things, what if we were reported, and there was a report, or even in the news, it was released, or Moto was involved in some fraudulent stuff, then they must tell us why was it cleared, because we cannot just now fall into celebrating him and saying, hey, the fourth man was there with him. No, if the case just disappears, there's possible ways, that case, someone was paid for this case to be dismissed, the files were stolen or whatever. So I didn't actually receive that song anyhow, or it didn't even bless me anyhow, because of when it was released, or it was after that whole Money Heist thing. So I'm literally tying it to what was happening then, and I don't see where the fourth man is here until they explain what happened, why the case was dismissed. So honestly, I didn't even connect to the song,
Is there a problem with the song itself, or is the problem with the person who sings the song or has written the song? Problem, how, where does it emanate, from the song or from the situation of this person?
The context of it.
The context. So when you assume hore it's got to do with taba ela ya lotho, ne?
Yeah, Money Heist, yes.
Yeah, sometimes being a celebrity is a work on its own, man. It's a work on its own. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I feel I cannot talk much about the song, but I feel like with regards to what happened, we needed to know more as to exactly what had happened and whatnot. Because now, from what I remember, Korobare, they received almost 1.5 from an NGO that submitted files irregularly to the local commission and whatnot, and then they were cleared and whatnot. So I don't know if in him singing the song is actually saying God was the fourth man who assisted them in having the case dismissed, or what, because it's how the law works is different from how everything else works. In court, it's about what you can prove, not what you believe. So I can literally maybe I can commit murder, Hanabi Ali, and if there's no evidence, the court can still say I am not guilty, or those charges have to be withdrawn or dismissed. Then I cannot then go and sing, or God was the fourth man, knowing very well that I committed murder. So if he knows very well, Hore, he's guilty or he had a hand in whatever he was accused of, and then he sings such a song, and then that is a
Yeah.
complete disregard to God. I understand. Then I feel
Yes.
Hore. Yeah, but the song on its own, I think I can reserve my judgment for the next episode. Let me go
Yeah.
listen to it. But one thing I can tell
Mm,
you for sure is that Dr. Tumi wa kgona ho ngwala, wa understand. But I don't
mm.
know why
I agree.
a palela go ngwala traditional songs. I don't know whether ke di-degree tse ba nang le tsona di a ba stopa gore ba ngwale songs, because there was that song, yeah. If you can take yeah, Wafika Gimme or something like that. Yo, that was
Eh,
one of the worst written songs by far.
mm,
So I don't know what Mudimo wa no wa lekgowa kwa kae. Wa bona, o ba fang ntho. But anyways, I will I'll take this as a homework and then I'll come back to the viewers at home next week with
yes.
what's going on with yeah.
Yes, please. So, and what you think of Puleng Match? Puleng Match released two songs. I think it was Ela ya Sefela, medley ya Sefela. Um, and then what are ish. Yeah. Okay. Artomaka Sefela. Have you listened to her songs?
I've listened to her songs. First and foremost, let's get this out of the way. Can Puleng sing?
No, she can't. You
Um,
know, you know. Let me say this. For me, or to me, Puleng Match, it's a female version. Yeah, yeah. What can man this guy? Yeah, take shows ama. Fonna,
mm,
sing what's up, bro.
same was,
Yeah.
but you know, Lindelani Mkhize had a way of using these voices, and Hudi Pina Chedi Muchelo, they kind of gave off the impression that these people can sing. So I think what they need to do
Uh,
really is to have that old man come and allocate certain songs that go hand in hand with their voices. But I agree with you. There is no
mm,
singing ability whatsoever, Mola. I
mm,
understand. And then
mm.
she doesn't like, when you're leading a song, you need to be clear, show direction.
Yes,
So
yes,
okay, fine. Look, you are, like, for example, you are Alpha and Omega. You are F. Why you feel
yes,
it?
yes,
She
yes.
has that thing of her leader. She doesn't complete the logic. I don't know whether it's a skill or a good voice. And when she cannot hit a note, utla ka story nyana sa malimi. But I don't know the gimmick. I've listened to the song,
Yeah.
okay? To tell you about the song, I've listened to the song. It's a pity because I can relate to the songs. Gotta get it, Eva.
Mm,
It's so
mm,
unfortunate that she did them in a way that she did. But I can give her credit, man. Or what's that king? But about foster life, I want. Whether
mm.
about push life, about foster life, keep up pulling match. They're really forcing life, and maybe it's gonna work out eventually. God will open their voices, whatever. Maybe give one
Now,
about Sama Jericho.
now, what I said before, and I still say this, so what? She must go for a vocal training. I mean, the time I look
Mm.
at jazz celebration, it seemed as if she can sing. I still have posts checking saying vouching for her to say that she must leave jazz celebration before they suck the sauce out of him, out of her. Bamufeja, but to go solo immediately, and she did. But I think what she forgot to do is to work on her vocals, because all she does is scream, and like you say, she's got she doesn't finish her sentences, and also she doesn't pronounce words properly. I can say what guy, but Puleng, I'm assuming what Kadifela should be able to sing songs properly. But like songs like Sedilaga, which is one of the songs in the medley, she's not even saying Sedilaga, but it's like Sedilaga Mboni Zezezela. Like, what language are you speaking? So for me, it's like you need to be clear, especially if you're going to be singing out to us. But if we know the feel like just pay, just understand. So you cannot come and just because you're a well-known artist, we take any shit that you're dishing on the table, you know. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Yanali take shows they need to go for vocal training for them to that we can, be able to listen to them because right now they're giving us shit, honestly.
I think to quickly add on what you said, Kopla Unati, the time Aloko Idols, like she'd really stress that point, yeah, how words must mean what they must carry their meaning. And in order for
Mm,
words to carry their meaning, they must be pronounced as they are. God,
mm,
a mispronunciation of a word can completely make the word mean something else.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you can really say I don't have an example now, but you can say something, but because of the tone or the last um click moyo, it can mean something else.
Mm,
Puleng, I think Kumutswana, if I'm not mistaken, because
mm,
they're from Kimberley, I think. So I don't know
mm,
why then you would struggle with songs, J Lori. They fall under our language.
yeah,
I can say why, but like
yeah,
I said, Bopuleng, Lindelani Mkiza really knew how to use them. Because there are songs like Koshela Yong Ngobekezela. I like that song and I like how she does it specifically. You know,
yes, yes.
so I think with Take Shaw and Puleng, they have it harder in the sense that they have to really, really find songs that work with their voice. It's not
Mm-hmm.
Abatwan Libon also can play around with English
Yes,
songs and then
yes,
traditional song and still make it work. So
yeah,
I, I cannot really write them off because we've heard them before and we've kind of accepted and loved. Like you said, Unalidi Post to Moilore, you were kind of speaking about her in a positive way. So
mm-hmm.
I think what we can maybe emphasize for them is that every time before they release a song or an album, do thorough research. Get even
Mm,
a second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion, if need be, to see that does the song align with the tone of your voice. There's that guy
yes,
Ola O Ayanda Shenge. That
mm,
guy, he cannot sing, but given the right song, he really knows how to make the song work and pull a crowd. Well, understand.
mm,
So with these
mm.
ones, I think they just need to do times two of what a normal artist or normal
Musician
singer
should
would do.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So Bonata
yeah,
just have to go an extra mile.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, imagine if I collaborate. I can see what pina gona ya guy. What do you think
And
of?
funny
Yes.
enough, these guys, come on, Bo Kenin Yati, he's on every poster. Barkama Omega. It's unfortunate
Mm,
now that the late Nazimu is no more.
yeah.
They were gigging. So I don't know whether the gigs came via the pastor or what.
Nee.
But he was
Yeah.
also on every poster. Guys
Mm.
like your Tina Zungu. It's these guys. It's like Ratabona Ranako Kirking. People who know how to sing like Bonabo Bobo Kayam Teta, they're rare. I don't know, maybe it's their booking fees too high or what. But
No,
these guys,
but
they work, Shem.
I'll tell you why. Because I can you must remember what molwetši ke ena a nyakang ngaka. Understand? So
Yeah.
batho ba go ya kerekeng a se batho ba gone ba ba normal. So you must understand what people who go there they
Yeah.
are damaged already. They are damaged. Yeah. So there's no way you're gonna choose Kaya to come and sing there on your stage. Do you understand? So we
I,
understand what ke bo take sure zama le bopuleng ba ileng gore divorce tša bona ke bona di ba because ba tla ba fola, but once ba fola ba tla mara why na re tena jalo understand, so it's
a lot of but Babanchi, I think Khale were able to get away with what these guys are trying, the heights that these guys
Yes.
are trying to pull. Like Bosipo Makabani, man, they're now known as legends of the industry. But these guys,
Yeah.
they barely are able to sing, but because of that,
Yeah.
Meroko Khale. So maybe
Mm.
somewhere down the line, we will acknowledge them. Ratlare.
Yeah, they will fade away.
Mm.
Before, okay, the last two that I would like us to touch on. Do you think Khozom Mahalima should quit?
No, 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 no. Wataki, yeah?
Yeah.
I Nah, I'm one person as well who believes in second chances.
Mm.
Let's. I don't. I'm not quick to write off mood. Yeah,
Mm.
but there is a breaking point whereby I'm saying no, 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 no more. So Khoto, I feel like Khoto. I'm not sure now. Is Khoto coming back or trying to come back because of Tlala? Or because it's really something that is within the heart. Well, I understand, but we who are we, to can really write off mood. I think Khotso should I think he should come back by one. But these guys, I so wish like they could have a reboot button so that we wipe away all those memories. Tawarabona, Spirit of Praise, they were involved in the starting of what Spirit of Praise, because they have that in their mind, or like they're legends. Ile
Yeah.
ba thoma dikhoutu was Spirit of Praise and whatnot. That
Mm.
nonsense does not fly anymore. They come back as
Yeah.
a fresh person who's willing to learn from even these young ones that are coming after.
Mm.
But
Mm.
also, I feel like let Bokhoto, Bokeke, they should come back as writers for these younger generations. That's how they should come back
Mm.
as, not as artists,
Mm.
because it's like soccer. If you hit your 25 without being chosen by a team, forget about it. Then rather coach,
Yeah.
but scout for talent. So Bokhoto,
Yeah.
they could just be come back as scouting for talent, not as main artists and whatnot. So I think maybe more. I could say more now or now more. We want to.
Okay. Personally, I think like you say, man, there's one chance that you must just take and fly with that chance, like that one chance.
Mm,
And I think
mm,
Wahamba Nati, when Khoso came into the industry and he said Wahamba Nati, everybody was like wanted to Wahamba Nai. So like
yeah.
now Upanchija, after all the whole, I think Spirit of Praise has really drained the shit out of him, because like
I'm sure.
now even when he came back and Dikokelebao. This is a song that has been done by Bujuju 3 times, 4 times, nearly
10
seven
times. Yeah.
versions here on.
Mm,
So and this guy he's really good. Like he's really has a powerful voice, Nanani. Yeah, now also Nalikeke, but these are the people that should now collaborate with young artists, like you say. But didn't Benjamin Dube and introduce young talent. Because I don't see how it's gonna be a hit like he used to. Yeah, but I get it but you know what they must do? I
mm.
think Keke, they must unify. Keke, Yana Khozo, and ba e leng gore ba wile vele, ba buye together. And
Oh, now this team
and
about the fallen.
they're
Also, there's this
falling.
movie I like quickly, but yeah, Transformers, but Rise of the Fallen. So maybe one of
Yes,
they'll call themselves that group. Yeah, Rise of the Fallen.
yes.
All right.
Yes. So I think they should do that. But really but create some live performance and invite young artists who look up to them. And of course each must bring one, so that they do all that. I mean, they sing their old songs. And I think that's how they're gonna rise. Otherwise, I don't see how they're going to Gege might be as great as he used to be, but we'll never experience Gege the way we used to. Same as Hoto. I think this is it.
And Bona, if they're wise, they can really come up with I don't know whether I could say group. They can come up with something that can compete with the likes of your Spirit of Praise,
Spirit
20
of
and
praise.
whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah, because to be honest, these guys had a good eye in spotting talent. You know,
Yep.
like they were
Mm.
very good. In as much as Boli and Delani are good, but Libana, they were very good in
Mm.
spotting, the raw talent out there. And
Mm.
Bohol, so I so feel wish that even our department of arts and whatnot could really help these guys out, man. They
Mm.
are more focused
Mm.
on secular guys, and I know they focus
Mm.
on secular guys because they are able to advertise things smaller. You cannot advertise on
Mm.
a live recording. I mean, like
Mm.
it would mess up the whole thing. But
Yeah.
Nkare ba some form of assistance. The other thing that makes these guys even ntho ya bona e gona, ke lack of resources. When they're releasing a song,
Mm.
wa bona re motho wa gona wa foster mo wa o ya ga a very low end studio releasing something
Mm.
like o qala fast. Literally, it's a legend who starts like from underground. I want They
Mm.
have to
Mm.
break out of the ground and then grow from there. I want So it's lack of resources and again, and I don't know, Hore,
Mm.
does this thing of closing doors really exist or what? Because ba bangwe wa ba bona hore like they're really trying to push, but doors are not opening. So I don't know whether it's
Mm.
some recommendation um, came out or no, don't open for these guys. But also, we still believe that he can do it again. I mean, if Asiloto Ntwela, you cannot say you got it once. If you did it once in your life, you can do it again. It was not luck. You just have to
I
pick yourself up.
yeah. Yes, I hope he does that, and because if he doesn't, this is the end. This is the end. I mean, I think we spoken enough for it. We want him back. We want Gege back. We've been saying that, but it's up
Mm.
to both of them to actually do the work. Okay, the last one, Zaza's album. I think this is one album that for me was yo. Yeah, no, it was the shrubs. For me, it was the shrubs Sikaniti because I mean, look at even how it disappeared. Like it was like a one hit wonder. Like it played within that week and then it disappeared, you know, because there was no quality. Zaza or Rampe because she's no longer doing things proper. Like she's taking things for granted now. It's like ice cream is okay. I can do whatever the fuck I want, and this when I listen to my music, I can just speak tongues and cry and do as I wish, and they will take it as music. For me personally, I can't. This is not the kind of shit I'm gonna keep quiet about. But for her to say, for me to say, oh, she must go back to the drawing board and you know come back as a musical Zaza that we loved and appreciate. Because right now it's not
Yeah,
happening.
the other problem with these guys, they think that okay, fine, releasing a dope album is about getting Johnny Villagazi on tenor, getting so
Yeah,
and so on something else, getting
yeah,
Siaka, Kaya, Sbanyoni, and whatnot, and then singing. That makes the album, I mean, that will give the album a chance to make it. But it's not like that.
mm,
You
mm,
can you can have the best vocalist backing you up. You can have the best band. But if
yeah,
you, as the lead vocal or the lead or the main artist, if you're not anointed and if you've really not really gone down on your knee and pray or Modimo mphe ntho e le hore ke tla e opela, it won't make a
mm,
difference whatsoever. So but ba tshwana le bo
yeah,
Zaza, I feel like they're now relying on the experience more than Modimo himself. Why? That's why ba le dikoshanyana tsa gona, they don't really make sense. I mean, like her previous album, Yawa le Mbeu, Yawa le, what message are you trying to sing? Some
yeah,
songs you must be grown up to a point where you can, no matter if it's in imola pukung ya Qilong, even if it's there, you need to grow up go bona hore it was wrong. The person who wrote it was out of their mind and write it off. Don't just take something because you heard it go assemblies, you heard it go AFM, what. So Bozaza,
mm,
I feel like she's relying more on her own personal experience and experience. But sometimes it's
Yeah.
also good to take a break. Not say by
Yes.
taking a break. I'm not saying tell people that you're going on a break, but just go and find yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who these guys. Do they even check their music, or okay, how are they performing over the years? Have they gone up or down? Because if they were doing that, at least they'll should see who, okay, fine, from Namhlankosi to Yebo Lembeu, have I really improved or not by one? So I feel like
Mm,
Zaza, the album on its own is a very low production, low budget, because you
mm.
can see even the space is like bako bathroom, and in that type
Yes.
bathroom there has to be a band, there has to be vocalists, there has to be a crowd, and
Mm.
then she has to also be there. Ka diroko tshela tša gagwe tša Sunday school tšela. So
Stages are on the Stages are on the when I mentioned pets.
that's what I'm saying, girl. It's a bathroom, and in that bathroom there has to be a stage, there has to be a crowd sitting, there has to be a band playing, there has to be her, there has to be a camera. So it was very low budget. I don't know if she was trying to pull off that thing that Benji was doing, yeah, in his presence without a crowd. If it's not that, then I don't know what she was really trying to do. But other than that, man, yeah. Re tla bona ka bona, re tla bona ka bona. So I heard you talk about upcoming events. What are those events? Quickly.
Oh, quickly. Okay, so there's I think one we have already spoken about. Yeah, yeah, ngwana o la go bolela maaka. Kana ke mang?
Come on.
Ngwana o la go bolela maaka mo dipina ka opela. Eh,
Come on, no. Mnqobi.
ashena, Busigadebe.
Oh, ola wa ba le ditori tse dintsi.
Yes, it's happening on the 30th of April. Sun City recording ya ngwana. And then Ronale the United Tour ya Ntokozo Mbambo ka di 24 tša June ko Kempton Park Hope Restoration Ministries. I think Zaza must learn from Untogozo. Untogozo takes time before she can go back on stage or do any production, I mean, look at the gap between Breathe on Me, that album, and then to the second one. There was a huge gap in between. Spirit of Praise, 28th of May, Carnival
Show
City.
or recording.
Yeah, it's a live recording.
Volume 8.
Volume 8, yeah.
Mm. All right.
Plus
All right.
surprise guests. And then una lo bareng ke not worship. Good Shepherd Productions.
Okay. I saw Nomti as well.
Nomti Sibisi. Nomti Sibisi na ke mo tsebe. I won't lie. Maybe
A se moga tša Nhlanhla Sibisi. Mohlomongwe fela, mohlomongwe moga tša gagwe. I think we should ask him, or o nyetswe neng? Ke yena ne?
I can see. I don't know. I don't know if they're related. So,
We'll ask
but
him.
I'll
We'll
ask.
ask him, okay?
Yes, I'll ask him. Otherwise, is there anything else from your side? Oh, before Bolela, before it's all, monna ba re go na le cult within the gospel space. Cult e ba recruiter the musicians to be the pastor, and then gona le ngaka e ba consultang go yona e ba fa tšhelete o bona ntho gore batho ba performa di-assisted performance stage di foshe tšhelete. It's that kind of cult where they do the spell with that money, but apparently ngaka gona is targeting gospel musician artists to open churches, and a lot of KZN artists are also they're already part of that cult, so people need to watch out.
Oh, na motho ke mo tsebang e le ngaka. Hey, but ke a mo tshaba
Yeah.
yo. Ke a tshaba gore I could be crippled hana bjale he nka e bitsa lebitso la hae. But I know the guy,
Mm,
some rich guy, so it seems.
mm,
He's, I think if I can hint, o tsamaya bo Ayanda Ntase ba tsamaela yena, bo Tina Zungu ba
mm,
tsamaela yena. If you look at the bo Ayanda Ntase, their life have really changed. I don't know whether for the good or what, but whatever ba nang le tsona, no ga e ba ba filego yona ka nnete ya swima metsing. And then this guy, Colin Maluleka, I see Liana Kadile Kereke, these guys who I know are bass players. Ka ba bona mo di live tša mo kerekeng ke ba rutile bona matšatši a kere how yeah ne lefatshe re fihlile mafelong. But I think if we put it in a whole episode on its own, we can talk more in detail. But I know there are guys who are benefiting, like Tina Zungu out of nowhere. He's flaunting around, flaunting that mini mention of his yellow
mm,
white tabela, he's sacrificing
mm,
for that. So it's true, there is a cult. Um and guys are benefiting out of it. I don't know for how long, or if it over the group of 35, 36, 37 years. I don't know. I can't know group
mm,
36, 37. So we don't know.
mm,
Re tla bona ka bona once they start falling off the wagon. But Baho, I
mm,
trust you me. There are guys that are benefiting out of this. I understand. I won't say he's part of it. Kikuila Barry is a LLB student, so I don't know whether he's graduated
mm,
or not. But out of
mm,
nowhere, the guy wamona mo life English so re tla re.
mm,
And
mm,
he's a friend of
mm,
this guy. He's a friend of this man of God / Sangoma. So we'll see.
mm.
Mm.
Hey, and they mentioned the very same people, so I think we are talking about the same person.
Yeah, again, my one. But anyway, that's why hey, you're now strong, man. As someone tell or hook bua ka yena o nyaka o sa itshepe. I think ho nyaka le nna ke ngakeng just la on the day of that episode, keep off his hand, knowing very well that I'll be fine. But other than that, I think we're done for the day.
Yes, we are. We are. Thank you a lot.
All
We'll speak again on Monday next week. Pero Oscar Bergishamala this time around.
And I could see why Kwena who had an issue. Not now it's fine. I, I was surprised heck logger in on Facebook. How blessing. Didn't you see I commented how which blessing? This one or maybe there's somebody else. But Monday next week it's a holiday. It's workers' day, eh? So I don't know. We'll see how to go about it.
Hey, I get what's happening? Do you have plans?
No.
Oh
I'm just saying.
no. Next week vele I'm not gonna function. So we'll do it Tuesday, the following day. Like we
All
did
right,
today.
no. All right, thanks, eh?
Yeah. Alright,
Sharp,
sharp,
sharp.
sharp. Sure. Yeah. Guys, I don't know, man. Okay. Goodbye. We'll see you again next week.
Mode.
Same time.
Connected.
Same time, same place. And you can please suggest which topics to discuss as well on the show. And we'll do just that. Because wow. But we still have more content that will last us like the whole year. You know what I mean? Goodbye. Entertainment and controversy.